Hello everyone, welcome to Java Learners. In this video, we are going to learn how to use conditional on property annotation with component annotation. To understand how to use conditional on property annotation with component annotation, we are going to use this diagram. In this diagram, you can see that we have one interface named as notification, and this notification interface has two implementation classes, which are email notification and SMS notification. And then we have a class named as notification sender, and this notification sender class has a dependency of notification. We have a class named as user, and this user class will have email ID and mobile number, and that information would be used by email notification and SMS notification classes to send either email or SMS. Apart from these classes, we will also have one application.properties file, and in the application.properties file, we will define one property and we will utilize that property to create beans for email notification and SMS notification. I have created a Spring Boot project, and in this project, I am using Spring Boot version 3.4.1, and in the dependencies, I am going to use Spring Boot Starter. In the application.properties file, I have created one property, and the name of the property is notification.service.type, and the value of this property is email. In this project, I have created two packages, model and notification. In the model package, I have created one class, that is user. In the user class, we have two fields, which are email and mobile number, and we are going to use these two fields to send the notification to the users. In the notification package, I have created three classes and one interface, and I will cover each of them one by one. Let's start with the notification interface. This notification interface would be implemented by email notification and SMS notification classes. In the notification interface, I have created one method, that is send. And in the send method, we are going to accept two arguments. The first argument of type user and the second argument is of type string. I have created email notification class, and email notification class implements notification interface. I have declared this class as a component, and in the add component annotation, I am providing the name of the bean. On the email notification class, I have also applied the add conditional on property annotation, and in the add conditional on property annotation, I am providing three attributes, and the first attribute is prefix, second attribute is name, and the third attribute is having value. Prefix and name attributes are together representing the property which we have defined in the application.properties file. In this class, I have created one no argument constructor, and this constructor would be invoked whenever the bean would be created for email notification. I have overridden the send method, which is coming from the notification interface. Inside this send method, I have also added some println statements, and these println statements would display the message whenever this send method from this email notification class would be invoked. I have created SMS notification class. This class implements notification interface. I have annotated this SMS notification class with add component annotation. In the add component annotation, I have also specified the name of the bean for SMS notification. The name of the bean is SMS. I have also applied add conditional on property annotation on the SMS notification class. In the add conditional on property annotation, I am using three attributes: prefix, name, and having value. The prefix and name are representing the property name which we have defined in the application.properties file. Using the having value, I have defined the expected value for SMS notification class. I have created one no argument constructor, and this constructor would be invoked whenever the bean for SMS notification would be created. I have overridden the send method, which is coming from the notification interface. Inside the send method, I have added some println statements, and the messages would be displayed on the screen whenever this send method from the SMS notification class would be invoked. I have created a class named as notification sender, and I have annotated this class with at component annotation. Inside the notification sender class, I have created one field named as notification, and I have annotated it with at autowired. I have created one method named as send, and which is going to use the notification object to send the notification to the users. At line number 11, we are going to inject the email notification or SMS notification dependency, and that would be completely based on the property which we have defined in the application.properties. Here in the main method, you can see that I have created an object of user, and in the user I have provided the email ID and mobile number. And then from the application context, I'm retrieving the bean for notification sender, and then I'm invoking the send method on the notification sender bean. Let me run this application and then see what is the output. Here we can see that the constructor from the email notification class is invoked. Inside the send method of email notification class, I have added some println statements, and here we can see the output from those println statements. Here it is displaying a message that email notification is sent, and it is also displaying whom this email notification is sent, and then the message which is being sent to the user. The email notification bean is created because in the application.properties file, the value of the property notification.service.type is email, and which is matching with the having value of email notification class. Now I am going to assign a value to this property, and that value will not match with any of the having values of email notification or SMS notification classes. Let me make it to test. Let me run this application. Here we can see that an error is occurred, and the error is that the notification bean is not found, and this is happening because the having value of email notification or SMS notification is not matching with the property value which we have defined in the application.properties file. Whenever the notification sender bean is created, at that time Spring IOC container will try to inject the notification dependency, but the notification dependency is not present. That's why we were getting the error. So we can fix that error by using the required attribute in the at autowired annotation. Here we have assigned false value to the required attribute. So it means that the notification dependency is now optional. If the dependency is present, then only it would be injected. If it is not present, then it would not be injected. So we will not get the error which we were getting. So let me run the application again. Here we can see that we are getting an error, but this error is different from the previous one. So here we are getting this null pointer exception. Why we are getting this null pointer exception? Because the bean is not created for notification. Inside the send method at line number 14, we are using this notification dot send method, and as the dependency is not present for the notification, so this notification would be null, and at the null value we are invoking this send method. So that's why we are getting this null pointer exception. Let me fix this error. Here I have applied the non-null check. If the notification is non-null, in that case, the send method would be invoked on the notification object. If it is null, then the message would be displayed. Let me run this application again. Here you can see that the application is running successfully and the message is displayed that notification been not found. Here in the email notification class, you can see that we are using prefix and name attribute to represent the property name from the application.properties file. Instead of using the prefix and name attribute to represent the property name from the application.properties file, we can use the value attribute. In the value attribute, we can provide the complete property name which we have in the application.properties file. So here what I'm going to do, I'm going to remove the prefix and name attribute. I'm going to make the same change for SMS notification class. Changes are done. In the application.properties file, the value of the property is email. So the bean for email notification should be created. So let me run the application. Here we can see that the constructor from the email notification class is invoked and the messages from within the send method of email notification class are displayed. Here in the email notification class, in the value attribute, we are providing the single property name. The value attribute of at conditional on property annotation can accept an array of properties. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add one more property. I'm going to use an array instead of the single property. Here in the value attribute, I have provided an array of properties. So I'm going to make the same change for SMS notification class as well. What happens when we provide multiple properties to the value attribute? How it is going to work? When Spring IC container will create a bean for email notification, at that time it will check whether the value of both of these properties is equal to email or not. If the value for both of these properties is email, then only the bean for email notification would be created. If the value of notification.service.type is email, but the value for notification.feature.enabled is equal to SMS, in that case the bean for email notification would not be created. So in order to create a bean for email notification, the value for both of these properties should be same, and in case of email notification it should be email. We also need to define this property in the application.properties file. In the application.properties file, I have added this property. Let me run the application now. Here we can see that the constructor of email notification class is invoked and the messages from within the send method of email notification class are displayed. Here we can see that the value for both of these properties is same. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to update the second property. So now the values for both of these properties are different. Let me run it again. Here you can see that the message is displayed that notification been not found. This is happening because for email notification bean creation, the value for both of these properties should be email, and for SMS notification the value for both of these properties should be SMS. But in the application.properties file, the value for both of these properties are different. So that's why no bean is created. Here I have changed the value for notification.service.type property. So here the values for both of these properties are same and the value is SMS. So now the bean for SMS notification should be created. So here we can see that the bean for SMS notification is created. We can use a value attribute of @conditional on property annotation alone. So here I am going to remove the havingValue attribute. I have removed it from email notification. Now I am going to remove it from the SMS notification. I have removed the havingValue attribute from email notification and SMS notification classes. Both of these properties are present in the application.properties file, and the value for both of these properties is in SMS. Let me run the application and see what happens. Here we can see that an error is occurred. What is the error? Error is that two beans are found, but it expected a single bean to inject the dependency in the notification, and those created beans are email notification and SMS notification. Here in the notification sender class, at line number 13, the IOC container is trying to inject the dependency for notification. IOC container has two beans of type notification, so it is not able to distinguish which bean it has to inject. We can use @qualifier annotation to specify which bean should be injected. In the qualifier, I am going to specify the name of the bean which I want to inject in the notification. And I am going to inject email notification bean. Let me run the application again. Here you can see that beans are created for email notification and SMS notification, but the send method of email notification bean is invoked. Let's learn about matchIfMissing attribute of the @conditional on property annotation. In the application.properties file, I have defined this property named as notification.service.type, and its value is SMS. In the email notification, you can see that I have made changes at line number 8. In the @conditional on property annotation, I have added one more attribute, and that attribute is matchIfMissing, and its value is true. In the value attribute, we are providing the name of the property which we have defined in the application.properties, and in the havingValue we are providing the expected value. I have made the same changes in the SMS notification class as well. So in the SMS notification class, you can see that I have added the matchIfMissing attribute, and I'm going to make it to false. So now I'm going to run the application and see what is the output. Here we can see that the bean for SMS notification is created, but we are also getting the message that notification bean is not found. So we need to make changes in the notification sender. In the notification sender, we need to remove this @qualifier annotation, because here we are going to inject the email notification bean. So we need to remove it. It has been removed. So let me run the application again. Here you can see that bean for SMS notification is created and the send method of SMS notification class is invoked. Now what I'm going to do, now I'm going to remove this property from the application.properties file. Let me run the application again. Here you can see that the bean for email notification is created and the send method of email notification class is invoked. From the application.properties file, I have removed the property. But even after removing the property, the bean for email notification is created. Why this is created? This is created because in the matchIfMissing attribute, we have provided the true value. What does this mean? It means that if the property is not present in the application.properties file, then this email notification would be considered a default bean. That's why the bean for email notification is created. Suppose if I make it false for email notification and I will make it to true for SMS notification. So let me run the application again. So here we can see that the bean for SMS notification is created and the send method of SMS notification bean is invoked. So this match if missing attribute is very useful when we have multiple beans, but there are chances that the property may be missing from the application.properties file. So in that case, we can make one bean a default bean. What will happen if the match if missing is true for email notification and SMS notification classes? Let me run the application. Here you can see that we are getting an error and the error is that two beans are found, so it is not able to distinguish which bean should be injected inside the notification sender. In order to fix this problem, we can do the same thing which we did earlier. So we can use @qualifier annotation, and in the @qualifier annotation we can specify the bean name which we want to inject here. So suppose I want to inject SMS bean. Now I'm going to run the application. Here you can see that the application is running successfully and beans are created for email notification and SMS notification. But the send method of SMS notification bean is invoked, and this is happening because in the notification sender class using the @qualifier annotation, I have specified that the dependency for SMS bean should be injected here. That's it for this video. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and please provide your comments in the comment section. Thank you.